Right, guys. Okay, so we need to evidence this work, yeah? Now, what you've got is you've got a load of files, and slowly you are finishing the work, yeah? So this is the example that I've given you, and what I've done is I've renamed this. This is my finished example, so I've renamed this by David, yeah? And I just renamed it by pressing Enter and typing by David. This is the one that you have done. So this is just called dash finished. And then there are the stretch tasks. So we have the stretch task. This is the stretch task that I have finished. This is the second one, and this is the one that I've finished. So we need to evidence this work. Yeah, these three files you have done. So we need to evidence that. How to do it? Well, you're not going to send me a load of files. Instead, we're going to put it into a document. So, what does that document look like? Let me show you an example. So it's going to look something, all the way to the top, it's going to look something like this. We're going to have a front cover. We're going to have a table of contents, and we are going to generate this automatically. We're going to have page numbers, and then look at this, yeah? So this is portrait, and this is landscape. So we're going to learn how to do that. And this is actually size A3, and this is size A4, yeah? So we're going to learn how to do this as well. So these are all landscape. This is portrait, because this makes more sense to be portrait. This is portrait. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So I've opened Word. I'm going to have a blank document. GIMP portfolio of work. Let's blow this up a little bit. Wait, come back. David Aliff, 9D. Okay, so this will be your name, of course, yeah? Now, we want an image in here. I've just Googled GIMP logo. You can pick any one that you want. Right-click, copy image. Stick this in here. Okay, it's a bit big. I'm going to go to picture format. I'm going to crop it, because I only really want the logo. There we go. Okay, something like that. This, you can change this to any font that you want. I really don't care what font you use, but we are going to use the same font throughout this portfolio. Okay, so whatever font you use, we're going to use the same font throughout the portfolio. Now, you might see that I've got these characters here, yeah? And these are really useful characters, and you can turn these on the home ribbon. You can turn them on here, yeah? And we'll be using this a lot, because this allows you to see what's going on behind the scenes of our document, yeah? So these are useful characters. You can find them here. We'll be using them a lot in this tutorial. Okay, I'm just going to change this in the center. In fact, I'll have all of this in the center. Okay, fine. That's my front page, yeah? Nice and simple. Now let's go and save this. So I'm saving this in my documents folder. I'm saving it as GIMP portfolio of work. Okay, good. Done. Layout, break, page break. Yeah, so we can see this. If we turn these pilcrows off, we can't see it. Yeah, so this is quite a useful feature. It allows us to see what's going on in our document. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and layout break. Now this time, I don't want a page break. I want a section break starting on the next page. Okay, so a page break looks like this, a section break looks like this. Now, we need to start thinking of a Word document not as a single document, but as a collection of sections. This is the first section, these 2 pages, and then this is the start of our second section. And what we can do here, we can change the size to A3, we can change the margins to narrow, and you see this hasn't changed. That's because this belongs to the old section. Yeah? So this is still, if I have a look, size, this is still, actually, okay, I want this A4. And this should also be A4, which it is. Okay, good. So I've got A4 here, and then I've got A3 landscape here. Yeah, the orientation on this one is landscape. There we go. Right, okay, so far so good. Now, what's next? Okay, so here, those margins are really narrow, so I'm going to put those back to normal. Good. Right, so lesson 01, worked example. Good. Now, I'm going to select this text, home, and I want this as heading 2. Yeah? Now, we're going to play with these headings. This is really useful, guys. If you're doing computer science or ICT in GCSE, this is really, really useful for you. This, I'm going to select this. I'm going to go on to heading 1. I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to go update. Okay, and you see that that's now changed. Yeah? And this is, what's that? Ayutthaya 36. Now, I want consistency. So this is going to be Ayutthaya. Now, it's not going to be 36 because I want it a bit smaller. So I'm going to have this as 28. And I'm going to have it a nice purple. Guys, you can have any font, any size, any color. Yeah? But it should be a little bit smaller than heading 1. Heading 1 was 36, so I'm going to make this about 28. I'm going to right-click, update. Okay, now you see that this has changed. Okay, good. Now, what's next? Okay, we want a table. So let's insert a table 2 by 2. This is going to be before, this is going to be after. Here, this is what I sent you. This is our before image. And this is the work that I did. Now, I did both of these. Yeah? You will have the one that I sent you, and you will have the one that you did. So I'm interested in the one that you did. So I'm just going to drag and drop that there. I want these both the same size. So, picture format. Let's have this 19 centimeters, and then hello, undo, and then this one 19 centimeters. They should be now the same size. They will be the same size. Okay, looks good. I'm going to select my whole table. I want it in the middle. I want this image in the middle, and I want this image in the middle. And I want this in the middle as well. I want this font to be the same as this font. So I'm going to select it, Ayutthaya. This is size 28. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah? Before, so I'm going to have this as red. And after, I'm going to have this as a nice green. There we go, yeah? And maybe I will have these in bold as well. Now, I want to get rid of some of these borders. I like the borders, but I don't want the outside borders. So I'm going to select my table, table design, borders, no border. Again, border, inside border. Okay, that's quite nice, yeah? What I do want, I want to see this line. So I want this image down a little bit. But I can't easily do that. I can't easily move this image down. So I need to select it, Command C, Command X. I'm going to have an empty line, and then I'm going to have my image. Again, Command C, Command X, Enter. And then I'm going to have my image. I'm going to keep saving this as I go. Okay, good. So that's lesson 1 worked example. Good. Looks like this. Now, down here, I've got my paragraph marker down here. I'm going to have a layout, I'm going to have a break, and I'm going to have a page break. Because I want this next page to also be landscape. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to take a copy of that, and I'm going to paste that here. And this is called stretch 1. So lesson 1, stretch 1. So stretch before looked like this. Let me make that smaller so I can see the rest of my table. And the work that I did is here. So I'm going to do that. Right, so this is stretch 1. Now we've got a lot of white space here. So I'm going to make these a bit bigger. But I want them the same size. So let's try 12 and 12. Okay, good. Yeah? We've still got space here, but that's not such a big problem. Right, I'm going to copy that. Down here is my paragraph marker. Layout, break, page break. And I'm going to paste that. Lesson 1, stretch 2. Stretch 2. Here, right, and finished, can go here. So I need to resize this. There we go. Let's get rid of, I've got an extra line here that I don't want. And the same here. And actually the same here. Yeah? So let's have this nice and tight so that we can make best use of the page. Okay, how big can I make this? Let's go for like 18, 20, 22. No, 22 is too big. 21. Okay. And the same here. 21. Good. Looks good. Yeah? Now, there's a few other things. I want a header and I want a footer. Let's do the footer first. So the footer, I'm just double clicking down here. So in my header and footer ribbon, I want, where is it? Semaphore. So style, semaphore. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to have this the same font. So I'm using the same font throughout. I'm going to have it a nice gold, actually. Yeah, and bold. Good. That looks really nice. Now I want a header as well. This header I want as 3 components here. So blank, 3 components. This, I'm going to use a field. So I'm going to click on field. I want the document file name here. Yeah, and you can see we've got all sorts of stuff. So the document file name. This is going to be my name and my class. And here, I'm going to have this image again. So I'm going to Command C, copy that. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to paste it in. And I need this much smaller. Much smaller. There we go. Yep. So I'm going to save that. Now, I don't really I don't really want the header here as well. Yeah, this is our front cover. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have a header and footer here. So how can I do this? This is actually not super straightforward. So link to previous. So I'm down here, I'm in lesson 1. I've opened my header and footer, and you can see that it says here link to previous. I'm going to turn that off. Now, nothing has changed. Nothing looks like it's changed. But now, if I go here and I delete this, and I delete this, we've lost the header and the footer from this section, but we still have the header and the footer in this section. Okay? Oi, the page has gone. Page numbers have gone. Let me re-add those. What was it? Semaphore. Okay, so attire. It was a nice gold and it was bold. Again, right, okay, so I need to turn off link to previous here. Okay, so I'm turning that off. So now I've got it here. And now in this one, I can delete it. I don't have it here or here, but I do have it here. Okay, that's good. That's really nice. Now, we're almost finished lesson 1. What you're going to do, you're going to continue to keep this document up to date after each lesson. Yeah? So you're going to go insert, layout, break, page break. You're going to copy this, yeah? You're going to paste it down here. You're going to start lesson 2. You're going to have the worked example. And you're going to paste that here, yeah? I'm not doing lesson 2 or lesson 3, but you are going to keep this document up to date. Now, we have this empty page here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create a table of contents. But we're not going to do it, the computer is going to do it. And because we've used these headers here, remember this is heading 1, this is heading 2. Because we've used these headings, the computer can generate a table of contents for us. So how do we do that? We go to References, Table of Contents, any style that you want. There's not a lot of difference, is there really? I'm going to have the first one, Classic. Yeah? And you see, it's generated this automatically. Now, I'm going to change the font because I want the same font in my whole document. And you see, we've got the page numbers automatically, and I can click, and it takes me to the front page. I can click here, and it takes me to stretch 2. Yeah? And this is really, really nice. As you move through GCSE, you will start doing big pieces of work, and to have auto-generated table of contents is really useful. And what it means is, so at the moment, stretch 2 is on page 5, yeah? Stretch 2 is on page 5. But if that changes, for example, yeah, if I do this, now stretch 2 is on page 6. What I can do, I can just right-click, update field, update, I only need to update page numbers. And this now changes automatically to page 6. Yeah? So I'm going to undo that. Put this back to where it was. But this automatic generation of table and contents, it's really, really useful. It's useful in life as well as being useful in computer science and ICT. Yeah? All right, good. So we've created this, we've done lesson 1 together, we've created our table of contents together. As you add stuff, go back to your table of content, right-click, update entire table, and you will see that the work you have added appears here if you have used these headers correctly. Okay, try it, guys, because this is a really useful skill, and at the end of this term I will ask you to send me this portfolio of work. All right, have fun with that. I'll see you a bit later. Bye for now.